Good day, everyone. So, today we will talk about the Bloom's Taxonomy. Bloom's Taxonomy is a framework for categorizing educational goals developed by a committee of educators chaired by Benjamin Bloom in 1956. The Bloom's Taxonomy is a classification of educational objectives that educators use to develop curricula and assessments. It breaks down cognitive learning into six hierarchical levels, each requiring progressively higher order thinking skills. So, here is a breakdown of each level of the Bloom's Taxonomy of education. The first level of Bloom's Taxonomy is remembering. At this level, learners are tasked with recalling or recognizing facts and basic concepts. It's the most foundational stage of learning, focusing on simple memory without necessarily understanding the material. For example, in the question, "What is the capital of France?" learners are expected to simply remember the answer without any deeper comprehension of why Paris is the capital. Next to remembering is understanding. This level goes beyond memorization, asking learners to comprehend and interpret the meaning of information. Learners are required to explain concepts or processes on their own words. For example, in the question, "Explain why Paris is the capital of France," learners must understand and articulate the historical or political reasons behind Paris' status, demonstrating more than just fact recall. Next is applying. At the application level, learners use their knowledge in new and practical contexts. This involves taking a learned concept and using it in a different scenario. For instance, in the question, "How would you apply the concept of gravity to design a roller coaster that is both thrilling and safe?" Learners are asked to apply their understanding of gravity to a real world problem, demonstrating practical use of concept. After the application level, we are now going to the analysis or analyzing. Analysis requires breaking down complex information into parts and understanding how those parts relate to one another. Learners must identify patterns, causes, or consequences. For example, compare and contrast the life cycles of butterflies and frogs. Challenges This challenges learners to analyze both life cycles, breaking them down into stages and identifying similarities and differences. The fifth level of Bloom's taxonomy is evaluating. At this level, it involves making judgments or assessments based on evidence or criteria. Learners must evaluate and critique ideas or arguments. For example, evaluate the effectiveness of the Treaty of Versailles in preventing future conflicts. Learners are asked to assess the long-term impact of the treaty based on historical evidence, making a reasoned judgment about its effectiveness. So now we are down to the highest level of Bloom's taxonomy, which is creating. At the highest level of Bloom's taxonomy, learners are asked to synthesize information and produce original work. This requires creativity and the ability to combine different elements in novel ways. For instance, design a plan for a society where inequality is minimized, considering economic, social, and political factors. So, learners are tasked with generating an original and comprehensive plan requiring synthesis of multiple elements to address a complex issue. So, those are the 6 levels of Bloom's taxonomy of education, from remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, and the last one is creating. Each level builds upon the previous one, encouraging learners to move from simple recall to deeper comprehension, practical application, critical analysis, informed evaluation, and ultimately the creation of new ideas and solutions.